Hey guys, it's Fabiola here, and I'm here with you in another video to speak about branding. And in this video, we're going to speak about media kits. What is a media kit? What to include in a media kit? All those questions that you may have, you can find it in this video if you keep watching. Okay, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this video if you are liking this type of content. Okay, so a media kit can be described in so many different ways. So I'm not gonna go ahead and tell my definition of a media kit because you might think it's different, that somebody might think it's different. So I'm gonna read the definition, okay? So media kit is a prepackaged set of promotional materials that gives information about a person, a brand, or organization, an agency, and it gives it to the members of the media for promotion. Information that's given to the media to showcase who you are. Okay, so that's basically, in better terms, how I like to say it. They don't know you, whoever it is that's trying to get information on you, they don't know you, they would like to get to know you. So try to make this kind of like a seamless, perfect way that you are introduced, because this is basically your introduction without even being there. Okay, so the first element that you must include is a background of if you are a person, or influencer, if you are an artist, if you're a brand. So you want to make sure you put your bio. You want to make sure you're not going to put 3 paragraphs of your bio on your media kit. What you can do though is simply attach a separate file, a document file or a text file. You can attach that separate and send it to them separately from your media kit. I think that's the best way to go. I've seen a lot of people do it, and it does help if it's a bio where somebody is going to write about you and they need your media kit in your bio. That's what I mean, things like that. But you want to make sure you just include 1 paragraph, a summary, a good summary of your bio in your media kit, paragraph or 2, whatever, but don't make it lengthy. The second thing you want to make sure is to, if you have any press releases, if you're a brand new brand, you're not going to have any press releases as of yet and things like that. So that's okay. But if you are an established brand or established person, you want to make sure you put the important events that you have partaked in. If you're an artist, let's say, and you performed at Coachella, you want to make sure you put that there. I performed at Coachella. That's a good thing. That's a good accolade. So this is kind of like my in the media section, my accolade section that I like to call it. And it's basically just events, press releases, anything in the media that you have done that can back you up. Basically, it's kind of like your references section as well, different ways to call it, but mainly you just put the important events, any important press releases that you, if you were covered in the media, if you were covered in a magazine, if you were covered in a blog, things like that, if you were in a TV commercial, things like that, you want to make sure you put that in that section. Next, you want to make sure you have great imagery. So by imagery, yes, I mean photos. You want to have at least 4 to 6 photos in your media kit. I have seen media kits with more, I have seen with less, but I say 4 to 6 sounds like a good number. No, it's actually a good variety, so that the person can actually get, if you are different characters, if you're an actor per se, you know, you want to show your different character moods. That's perfect for that. If you're a photographer, obviously your media kit is going to be full of photos, so that's not going to apply because it's going to be way more than 4 to 6. But if you're a person or a brand, 4 to 6 seems like a safe number to include, and it's not too lengthy and not too short. Oh, and you want to make sure in your photos you have at least 1 headshot. Sometimes they use these photos to go ahead and do their promotional items and materials, unless you send them separate, of course. Like, these are the photos to use for, you know, to be in a flyer or to be, you know, in an email newsletter. If you have specific, then yes. But if you don't, you want to make sure those photos are the best photos that represent you. In the media kit, it's only the best thing that's going inside of it. So all the little things you don't need to include, but if you don't have anything else, of course you include that. And one of the last things you want to make sure is your contact information is always up to date. If you do have a media list, which I suggest if you are a brand, influencer, things like that, and you need to send out your stuff to people so they can book you, you want to have a media list. So make sure you have a good little media list, and they're always sent the updated version of your media kit, because information changes. If information does change, then yeah. But also, you are also building, like, a media kit is never stagnant, so you're always going to be changing it from year to year, from quarter to quarter, from month to month, depending on how much business you take in. But it's always fluctuating, so you want to make sure you send them the up-to-date one. So it's also good because sometimes they don't remember you, or they forgot to look at the email, and things happen. Human error always happens. So if you send it back, they're like, oh, I remember she sent me and I was looking for her. So you never know if you always update them, your media kit. If they ever need any fresh updates, I would always have a media list in the back of my pocket. And one of the other things you might want to include is your reachability, or your audience. So this is like your demographics portion. So, if you're a brand, you want to make sure you put your demographics. If you're an influencer, you want to make sure you put your stats, how much people follow you, what's your engagement rate looking like, and things like that you want to include. And if you don't have that, it's okay. It's one of the optional sections you can include in your media kit. Again, with media kits, it's always different. It's not stagnant. I've come across a lot of media kits from like when I started doing this a lot, and I've seen different things. I've seen people do different formats. I've seen people do videos. I've seen people give me websites. It all depends. A media kit is different formats, so don't get caught up in, how should I design it, or things like that. It's really, what should I have in it, and what's the easiest way for me to do it for me. Some people like doing it in websites. It's easier for them because they have a web developer and the person's always changing it for them. But a PDF is actually the main way that I've seen it being sent, and the main way people ask it for it to be sent. Now, if they ask it to be sent for a link, you can definitely get a link for your PDF, but and you can convert it to a link, or you can have a website, so there's different ways to make a media kit, but these are the things you should definitely include in your media kit to make sure that you're going to get booked, or whatever goal that you have in mind when you send it, a sponsorship deal that you might get looked at. Okay, so I hope that you found this information valuable. Now, if you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe for me if you like this content, or else if you need help with a media kit, you can feel free to email me down below. But until next time, thank you. Hope you enjoyed. See ya.